It's World Bread Day, everyone. Get excited. We're learning how to make all kinds of bread. And everyone in Joburg has been about all buns out. So yeah, we got buns out today. Lots of buns out in the studio. And so if you haven't yet had time to make a starter, like Jade and Jade showed us earlier on, and you haven't had time to feed it, but the guests are coming over tonight for dinner and you need a quick way to make a quick bread, then you can use full cream milk, especially we're using Clover full cream milk here to make a bread. And you're going to show us exactly how to do that, ladies. So there is a quick fix.
Absolutely. And the fantastic thing is this is a basic bread dough. And to it, you can go crazy. You can go, add spinach in, like we've got right over here.
Wow.
What other ideas do you guys have? Please let us know.
Olives.
Cheese
would be great.
Olives. Ooh.
Pepper dews. I'll go pepper dews for sure.
Cheese. You can stuff it on the inside.
That'll give you that little bit of a bite. That
mix it all
in when you bite it.
Chili, you can go spices, herbs. But to start off, a basic bread dough is one way to get into it.
Excellent.
And the nice thing about the milk is it really makes it nice and rich.
Yes.
It's a nice color as well, so it browns in the oven. And it's as simple. It's a breeze to make. You just hoy everything together and you make
fresh
it
milk
up.
is better.
And that's what I'm going to
Clover
do.
fresh milk is way better. Okay.
Flour power, right? Bread flour, yeast, of course. So instead of a sourdough starter.
Yes.
So would you here use dry yeast and not the...
Absolutely, because it's easy to find, right?
Okay,
You
yeah.
have the ingredients
Easy to
around
work with
you.
as well, right?
Absolutely. Oil,
Good.
so it adds a bit of fat, a bit of flavor, and of course salt to make it sing. Sing. Got beautiful
Good
two different
stuff.
types of salt. So this is a nice sea salt. You can use whatever salt you have.
So will that
Let's
just
do
kind
some
of
pink
add to the flavor a little bit?
Salt. I just had to do that,
But yeah, of course, you can't salt without being Salt Bay.
Salt
Yeah,
Bay.
there you go.
Spice Bay, Salt Bay, so a good amount of salt. And then we mix it up all together and you can get your hands involved and just work it together. But the magic touch, the final ingredient.
Is, of course, our fresh milk, which is great, but Clover fresh milk is way better. And of course, it has superior quality taste and freshness and consistency.
I'm just going to see how it comes together in the beginning, and then if I want to adjust, I can add a little bit more because different flours have different styles of hydration.
Oh, okay.
Some needs a little bit more, some needs a little bit less. And if it's hot in the room, then you want to add a little bit less because
if you use self-raising flour, then you don't need yeast, do you?
Yeah, it's interesting thing about flours, right?
Yeah.
Jade taught me that gluten is actually a protein.
Yes.
And that just made my ears sing. So please
Gluten
tell us
is
more about
actually a protein.
Yes,
Mind
it's a
blown.
protein.
Just a different kind of protein.
It's it's a group of protein actually.
Okay.
And they bind together and they form a network that traps the air inside. So that's why gluten-free bread is so hard to make because there's nothing that binds the bread together.
So it doesn't necessarily rise.
Yeah, so it's almost like wet sand.
Oh my word.
So that's why it's so complicated to make gluten-free bread.
But
That's why you pay so much for it.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's so
a whole
difficult to
technology.
Oh, this is an
Wonderful
amazing
stuff.
texture, really beautiful.
All right, SMS the keyword Clover to 33728. And of course, if you're going to be using Clover fresh milk to make this, you know that you're getting the benefit of those essential nutrients and minerals and vitamins, including protein and vitamins A, D, and B12, and calcium as well. So wonderful for you too.
And ready to rise once it's risen, comes out.
So that would be after how long of proving?
You need about 20 to 30 minutes, but we'll put the recipe for you on. It's also different in different environments, remember that.
Yes.
So watch the dough. It's all about the touch, it's about the feel, it's about making sure that you can see your bread has got air in it, it's alive, it's kicking, and then we're going to knock it down.
No wonder bread is like the first thing that people serve when you come home, because it's like a connection thing. You know, making it is like a heart and soul thing. So when people eat it as a starter and it's freshly baked and the butter melts on it, they can almost taste your love.
You said it. You said it, and it speaks for you, right?
Bread.
You know, just break bread with your friends, bring it together. But this is absolutely beautiful.
Now, what is that?
You can see what I'm talking about gluten. It's a very thin network and
Oh my gosh!
It's like a window.
Yeah,
they
it's like
call
a
it the
window.
pane.
If you zoom in, if we had a microscope,
it.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Microscope, you could see the network.
This is
of
a
the
gorgeous
So how
dough.
do we knead this dough?
Let's do slap and fold.
Oh, okay.
Slap and fold. Wait, we've seen a slap and fold. What other techniques are there?
There's lots.
Okay.
Palms, so the
Like
hands,
this?
absolutely.
What's that called?
So you use your palm.
I don't
Yes,
know,
the
it's just
the
the
palming.
basic. Yeah.
The palming technique.
Moving it
Yes.
around, and you
It
can
sounds
see,
like a kung fu move.
You see that Jade hasn't added any flour. So the first, initial thought is to go more flour because it's sticky.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness, it's gonna go everywhere. You don't have to do that. You just feel it and keep on moving it until it comes
Yes.
together. You know, it will come.
Can I show you how my late
Please.
grandmother used to do it? So
Yes,
she'd
of
have
course.
it, and then she'd literally go,
Oh yes.
but like world
I'm gonna
champion.
swap places
just
with
get
the
in
bread
there,
dough right now.
Then you fold it in, then you
I know, it's a
just
good
really
system.
get
Look at those
involved.
bubbles.
Just,
Yo.
you know what I mean?
Yo, and
The
then
whole technique.
what
I'm
kind
getting
of-
too excited.
What kind of breads did your grandmama make?
Well, this was done usually when she was making rusks, right? So in order to get everything mixed together beautifully, she'd really get involved.
rusks?
Yeah, rusks, or even
lekker.
cookies.
Wat
Yeah, unfortunately,
yes.
bread.
And
yeah,
steamed bread?
We weren't that fancy.
Oh.
Maybe like something called ledambi.
Yes.
Bodambi.
Yes,
Which is
that's
a
what I was
kind of
bringing.
sourdough bread, wouldn't you call it?
Yes, we're
Somebody
smart,
help me out,
man.
yeah, you get involved.
South Africans are smart. We've been
All
doing
right.
this for years. We just recently learned that it was sourdough.
Meanwhile, we've been having it.
Yes.
Then
Organic
you get it in there.
food, you know,
Yes.
growing our stuff, and it
Put
goes
it in a tin.
Good stuff.
Should be oiled.
Yeah.
So that you
Fantastic.
don't have half of your bread
Isn't it
stuck to the tin.
gorgeous?
That would be kind of sad because you do spend a lot of time making it,
Making
even
it,
if it's
yeah.
quick bread. You don't want your stuff
Isn't
to
it a
be
beauty? And it's going.
I tell
into
you
that?
what, we've got to show everyone how easy it is to make. Take a look at this.
Fantastic.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover. Nothing beats the smell and taste of freshly baked bread, and it's easier to do than you think. Add 1.5 cups of Clover full cream fresh milk to a mixing bowl, followed by 10 grams of instant yeast, a pinch of sugar, 3 cups of bread flour, half a teaspoon of salt, and a touch of pride. Stir until a dough starts to form. Then knead the dough for about 8 to 10 minutes. Cover and set aside to double in size. Once doubled, flatten the dough on a clean surface and roll it up into a loaf shape. And pop the loaf into a greased baking tin. Then cover and let it double in size one more time for about 30 minutes. Bake in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes until golden brown and cooked through. Serve your beautiful fresh and warm loaf of bread straight from the oven with lashings of Clover Butter.
Made with love by Clover.
As easy as that. SMS the keyword Clover to 33728. We'll send you a link to the recipe as well as the ingredients list. Let's quickly check in on some of your comments on the question of what kind of bread you'd love to learn to make yourself on this World Bread Day. And we had some great comments coming through to you, from you. Let's take a quick look and boing! Oh, they've sent them through to my mobile device, so I'll have a look over here. Thank you very much to our producer. So there was a bit of a conversation going on from Esme Perang de Andrade, saying, my mom makes sourdough bread with potatoes.
Yes,
Oh.
it's a thing.
Yeah, that she put in a glass jar
Brilliant.
to ferment
Very
for 24 hours and then
Wow.
makes the yeast from that. It's the
Beautiful.
best. Potatoes.
Absolutely.
We used an apple, you can use a potato. Then Florette comes in and says, Esme, cut the potato with the skin, ? Do you add flour and water as the TV ladies indicated? Then Esme says, you use strong, lukewarm water. I don't know, what do you mean strong water? Is that like...
I don't know.
Well,
Okay,
well,
strong.
like we
Hey.
used filtered water. You can use spring water.
Oh,
as well.
okay.
Something that doesn't have
As long
too
as
many
your
other
water is
additions.
strong.
Absolutely.
One washed potato
But we'd
with...
like to hear from her as well.
One washed potato with the skin on, 5
Brilliant.
milligrams, I'm assuming, of sugar and 5 milligrams of salt. Cover and leave for 24 hours, then mix with flour and
Fabulous.
stand until it makes bubbles.
Very,
and then
very same
knead.
idea.
There we
so like
go.
we
Yeah.
didn't use the sugar, we used the natural sugars from the apple.
Yes.
Yeah.
And of course with the potato, it also helps to keep to maintain the taste for a very long time and actually preserves the bread. Interesting about potato.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And you actually you added the salt once you
Later on,
used
absolutely.
the starter to make, but the sugar content came from the apple sweetness.
That's it. So that's why it's added in
Okay,
later with
can
potato.
we taste some of this bread that we've made?
Good, get
Yes.
involved.
I'm going to just get involved here. It's beautiful. It's lovely and dense with
I'm
some
gonna break
butter
bread with
and
Jade.
spinach.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you so
This
much,
is the
ladies.
first time that we've been on together. It was
Excellent.
fantastic.
Yes,
So
I
thank
hope
you for
that
having
you
us.
enjoyed this. Enjoy World Bread Day. And this is the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.